With the New Hope, when you were writing the novelization, the prologue with the Whills was something that I found interesting, and I always wanted to learn more about the Whills because I feel like that's what maybe the sequel trilogy would have been about with George. Um, I know there are many different rumors about that. Can you tell me about what you know about the Whills from George from the beginning?
That's what was in the script that I was given.
Okay.
Part of it, I expanded on it like I did everything else in the screenplay for the book. I always thought, and I never had a chance to ask George or anybody else about this, and it was never confirmed by any other source. I always thought the Wills would be, assuming there would be a sequel, because no one thought at the time that there was any guarantee of any kind of a sequel.
Yeah.
But I always thought if the Wills were a real thing in the Star Wars universe, as small as it was at the time, they would be some ancient overseeing race that just kept track of things. They were historians, in other words. So they wouldn't interact directly with anything that was going on because the job of their species was to record things as accurately as possible for future species. And that was it as far as I was concerned with the Wills. I thought it was a fascinating idea that
Yeah.
never got explored. The other possibility, of course, would be that the Wills would be something like what I just described, but that they would have interactions with what was going on in the Star Wars universe. And there was always this thought that they would, not prime movers behind the scenes, but maybe just out of personal willish interest, they
Yeah.
might tweak a little something here and there, and this person might get saved mysteriously, and this person might step off a cliff mysteriously, and that they were kind of acting in the background in small ways. Because if you made them major actors in Star Wars, then the whole storyline would have taken a completely different approach. But it would have been fun to see them kind of in the background a little bit. When I first encountered the character of Maz Kanata,
Yeah.
I had this weird thought that hey, maybe she's actually a will.
Yeah.
Well,
Long live.
that's a really interesting thought.
Yeah, because I
Uh,
don't know who she is, and I thought maybe she's a Yoda species or something. Maybe there's those ears are being pushed in by whatever she's wearing. But
well, there were a lot of possibilities. It's nice to have some mysteries. You don't want everything spelled out.
right.
I was asked another time in another interview, which character would I like to explore more if I was writing additionally in the Star Wars universe? And the answer would be Maz Kanata, because we don't know a whole lot about her. It's nice to have that little bit of mystery in the background there. And I would try to keep her that way too. So I never actually thought she was a will, but maybe she had some contact with the Wills, or she was an intermediary with the Wills, because you don't want everything spelled out. And if we learn who the Wills are, what their exact purpose is, what they look like, then the mystery all goes away. And I think that takes some of the fun out of it. There are enough things in Star Wars that are spelled out in various encyclopedias as well as the films to where we don't need everything spelled out.
Everyone's got a backstory character.
Yeah, that was my take on the Wills.